Tomorrow, you're not there. Anyway.
It's weird because I was seeing a comment about that something that's speaking. But the matter is never out of the news. But yeah, man. Okay, the other thing in Lokunjile, did you see yesterday? Ishawe kanjani Madrid? It was so weird.
Ishawe Barcelona?
Huh.
Actually, I didn't
4
watch.
years.
Fuck. You serious?
Yeah. I'm like, I Barcelona.
Actually, yes, I saw some people saying like something about that. When on WhatsApp or Instagram, someone was saying like Molile, like people posting Barcelona, like
I don't know, yo, my man. It's weird because I mean, Ufo Isco Safo has been quite a score that Barcelona has been doing these days. Like they always score.
Are they back to like
passing the ball around? But yeah, they were.
I didn't see that.
They were dominating from the beginning until the end.
I didn't even see the highlights.
Yeah, man.
I didn't check anything.
It's weird. I don't know, yo, my man. It's weird because I mean, Ufo Isco Safo has been quite a score that Barcelona has been doing these days. Like they always score.
Are they back to like
passing the ball around? But yeah, they were.
I didn't see that.
They were dominating from the beginning until the end.
I didn't even see the highlights. Yeah,
man.
I didn't check anything.
It's weird. It's like, yo, guys.
Yo.
Gizeng abone meme because go black. Madrid was wearing black clothes to their funeral.
Oh yeah, I think I saw something like. But I didn't pay much attention. I think it's because I was obviously working and stuff like that. So I didn't pay no mind to that's what's happening.
Velo safe in Madrid.
It's not. Come on, you know how I feel about that. I'm okay with Real Madrid. It's just that to me, to talk about a specific thing today.
Yeah, relationships, money.
Relationships?
Yeah, relationships in basically in where we are, money and China, or we are being in China basically.
Yeah, being in China basically.
Yeah, but that has to revolve around everything else, because
okay, yeah, obviously.
I mean, I remember, I know, because there questions that I have to ask you in terms of that. Because I wanted you to explain something.
Go.
Because we are here now, we can explain something. I mean, you've had this idea in your head, very good. Since you've been here, you don't want to get into any relationship. I want to know why.
Because, again, actually, that's such a good point that you're making. For me, now, yes, I'm thinking about the people who are watching me right now. I just saw someone say hi. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that JC asked me that, and that person is there. Anyway, so with that, for me, bruh, because I think at first, now talking about relationships, that's so interesting because even coming here to China, I thought about not that, but like one of the biggest reasons as to why I ended up living in South Africa was that it's like impilo yami yenganalutho. Like ngafeel like that's how I felt about it. Like yenganalutho, like there's nothing to ngingangihlelele. Awunantombi, like hleleleni, like the fuck, might as well just go get money. So nothing was happening working out in that side because it's not like I was having I had a good job. I had a good job, but you know how the shit goes.
Yeah,
you know the drill.
It's not a
job.
It's
job. Exactly. So obviously it was that, and then also I didn't have anything happening. Like I'm not loot. Like no girlfriend happening. I contributed, and meanwhile we are cool and you're getting all that shit, and there's just nothing happening. That's what for me. That's was central to me saying, okay, I'm bouncing Yahama.
Okay.
And then but and also the mission for me, you know how I felt. I knew one thing for sure. Money. I knew money, but I knew one thing for sure. Bro, I was like, nobody, because I know that Gucci. Bro, it doesn't matter what I'm gonna do. What the name? Every problem that you presented with, it leads to one thing. Do you have money? Okay. Everything. Do you have money? So that's, for me, that was one of the things, like, so money. So then also, I knew, as I was saying about the nuts thing, that once I feel like, for me, I felt like, especially earlier on, once you get into a relationship or some shit like that, especially here, I feel like this is where, like, it's almost like I see it as a distraction to the reason that I am here. Yeah. So there was that part.
But is it though? I mean, you have to put into your head, because when you're here, literally everybody you're going to meet has their own money. Their own money. Because if it's a foreigner from back home, they have their own money because they came here to do the same thing that you're doing, to come and make money. I mean, obviously, there are people who end up wasting money and not actually using it.
But this is where I'm trying to go. Okay. It's not necessarily only about me. Like, I'm usually necessarily. It's just about we've spoken about this. I can't reveal people's names, but my kids, we match, we about playing, but fly. And it's like, hey, I'm masculinist. How offense? To see a flyer every weekend. Yeah, you are flying. Hey, you're flying, you're whooping. I'm like, bruh, some people clearly mess it up for different things, right? I know what's to me, I can't remember to many man, and I know what's in man. So Zondi about relationship, because now you're in a relationship. JC, let's go to on this weekend, let's go to this. You are calculate 3K event. Next week, we are going for drinks. Can you give me 500 yuan? Me and my friend to me that's to me was that. And also, you know me, you remember this journey that I've had before. It's almost like the same thing, like the idea of tapping back to that, like, let me just try to achieve, like, myself first,
before
into that. Yeah, it's not really as long as my team, bro, because you also know my status right now, right? Yeah. So I really, actually, I think I prefer that.
But the thing is, of course, the idea was, okay, you're here.
Sorry, and the other point, also that thing, I call you thanks as well, you limited to 4 girls and shit. That was the other thing, food. Like before, like last year, those, like, remember, like last year, early. Remember, like not even last year, we've been here more than bruh. I'm not talking about last year. I'm talking
2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yes, I'm talking about that other year, like sister and that was the other thing. The idea you left millions of people at home that you could be in a relationship with. Now you are pressed to choosing these 4 girls that you know, like the black girls or what's not, who are here.
But that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, it's not good you're supposed to choose from the few black girls. I mean, everybody in this place, okay, I don't know how people are going to get, because relationships in China, very complicated.
Yeah, exactly.
Very complicated. There are a few people who end up being able to get into relationships and they get to be stable, but because you as a person are also stable living in China, so you never know. You might be going in the next year, you're going to a different city or to a different province.
Exactly.
And you can't be in a relationship.
Exactly.
Because that means you have to move together.
Because exactly. Ngoba wena oqala le ndawo kusathi baphi namhlanje jobula yabo sele manje abantu yabo hambe soshitshela nganjona manje ikona
no 3 times
don't tell it ngabe uyatshala nje if you were getting into relationships and all these things. That's another thing. So there's nothing stable. And also, by the way, that idea also gives that thing.
That's another thing.
Don't
complicate it, because not necessarily the Mutos or China is from back home.
Exactly.
Because I mean, there are foreigners here, but we have foreigners from different countries. They have people from the UK, people from the US.
Hey, I told you right about that, like when I don't remember which year, but I was still early, like new here. I would say I was introduced to that Bulgarian lady. I told you, the girl who spoke like Spanish, Germany, and Polish or something. I told you about her, right?
I think you did.
Yeah, as well, actually, that's one, like, if there was something else now. I've never spoken much about her though, but I felt like this was one interesting person that I met. I remember thinking, this is where I was like, bruh, like, I could imagine the things that she was talking about, and I'm like,
And the life is just different as well.
Yeah, but the idea was like ukuthi umuntu onjena nje kube angizange la bengenhlani nomuntu onje. You understand? Like man ngimchazela also ngimtshela about where I'm from, about like
the life,
you know, she doesn't know Zulu people who's like what is Zulu, you know, she doesn't understand, you know the thing, you know, that's one person. And then also as I'm talking to her also this like sort of, actually another friend actually said this thing almost the same as her, which is something is happening. Is your phone ringing?
No, I think someone's calling. It's okay, man.
We're busy. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're calling on thingy.
Who's calling?
Altaf.
Altaf? Oh, it's
It's tough. It's tough, man.
Yeah, but I can't answer. We'll talk to him
okay,
later.
we'll talk to him later. Yeah. Anyway, I was talking to her, but but the idea though, some same thing. Nathalie almost said the same thing to me about, like you know, the race thing, like where she was from, for example, like even for a visit, how shit might turn out to be and stuff like that. Oh, now that's we're talking about the relationship things and what's not. Bruh, that's the other thing by being here in China. I've never.
Let me just. If I cancel it, maybe it's the wrong thing.
Was it busy?
Yeah, no, come back, man.
Yeah, I've never. Yeah, well, finally, that's the other thing. Actually, I have never. I swear, in my life, feel so conscious about my race. I've never. I thought that's the other thing that's so weird. I have never, I've never lived my life putting beauty. I'm actually black.
I know I'm black.
I've never, until I came here.
Yeah. It was the one thing that I actually told Ufili when he was basically contacting me about asking me how's China, because it's one place like in Mfuna who was like being here. I always wanted to do since I was like very young. So, but it was the first time where I realized that I'm actually a different person. Like I'm a foreigner.
Like you know, like with your black.
Because they make you feel
who you are black.
You are black. So
now also that's the other thing when it comes to like tell Altaf that you call him. Answer it and tell him.
But how can I answer? Because if I answer it will stop the other thing.
Really?
I think so.
No, it doesn't.
Yo, Taffy. Altaf. Yo, man.
We're busy. We're still busy here. We're filming something. I'll call you later. All right, man.
Can you even hear him?
Yeah.
Where?
He was speaking.
I didn't hear.
Yeah, I said okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right.
Yeah. So that's another thing also about being here in China. The race thing, Gucci, you feel it. Now going to the relationships thing too. Here, because you find black people, but hey, man, it's, you know, right? It's black people from other places, like, you know, whereby like it's like, yeah, they're just black, but they're not your people in SA. You know, they don't know you. They don't know you. Like, bruh, yeah, it's so interesting also, like, when you meet black people where you have to literally...
That's another thing.
Eric is like, yo, bro, remember, I'm not from South Africa. You can't be throwing Zulu at me. I don't know shit you said. Like, fuck, sorry, bro, I forgot.
Here's another thing. I remember you bringing this up in terms of another reason why you don't want to have a relationship here. The idea of having that different understanding of where you come from.
Yeah.
Because if someone from SA, they will understand some things that you are saying.
I said that
it doesn't even have to be the
remember.
language, but they understand the Guti. I know where this person is coming from. I know I know the struggle he's talking about.
Yeah.
So you want to have that relationship.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I remember I said that. I even said to you, I felt like for some reason, like automatically, it's almost like I was raised to be with like a Zulu or a South African black woman specifically. Because I've noted by being here, like you can talk to someone, but there is a level of
they won't
understanding that you never
There's
reach.
things they won't understand.
Yeah, you never reach it. I don't know how.
Even if we have had struggles, I mean political struggles, even from, but because yours are different and theirs are different.
Yeah,
there
is a level that they will never understand.
Hence why I think
they will never reach.
I think.
So let me see who's talking to. Okay, I don't know who's Ali. I don't know who's that.
I think this is why the last relationship that I was in, in here in China, in Beijing, that's why I think it clicked so well.
Oh, with who? Oh, the South African lady.
The South African girl.
Oh, yeah,
because there was a certain communication that we could have that I wasn't able to have with the people that I've been interacting with before. I mean, we click. I mean, for me, I have of course interacted with different people and I've had different understandings. But again, because there was a thing that we had. She understood my thinking socially. I could understand her thinking socially, and then we clicked a little bit more than other.
But you remember, but though, I also told you before you even came here. I think like earlier, there's something about Chinese women too. For me, Jay. Yes, these ones. No, man, there's something. I couldn't explain it, but I keep saying.
Man, it's not a crime for you not to be wanting to get into a relationship with someone who's different. It's not a crime.
But I can. That was the problem, though, buddy. It's not like I minded that. The problem was more like, these ones, okay. I need
it's the thinking.
Obviously, because one thing that was clear, everyone would be like interested because you're black, you're a foreigner, and that's unique, and everyone wants to be seen with a foreigner. That's the other thing, especially where I was from. That was one of the how weird thing. Remember, I was telling you about how many like Chinese girls were like giving me their numbers and stuff like that. Like I will meet someone, they will ask to take a picture, and then they will take a number, and then we'll talk for that day. They want to see you, they want to do this and stuff like that. But then you remember, the only reason for that is because you are black. It's no longer has to do with you being interested. No, it's just because no connection, nothing. It's just the fact that you are black. That's why they would want to think with you.
And so it's a very dangerous place to create a relationship.
Exactly. Especially if you see the place where I was from, like before I came coming here, like it's more like a village type. Yeah. So a village type, village girl. So it was more like, no, nigga, it's because it's exciting. We are with a black guy. Everyone's gonna be looking at you when you go to the mall. Remember, I was saying this to you, bruh. Like I'm walking to the mall, whereby everyone's like, it's almost like something is wrong with me. Yeah, bruh. It's like because like you black, like something like it's full.
No,
it's like you're black. Yeah, something is wrong with you. You know. So, but then the others are enjoying now. The other Chinese people, they were enjoying that fact. You would see. They are able to talk to you because maybe they speak English or they know some English or they know you. So this was the other thing,
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, and which is actually another person who said this to me actually was Nopiro. I think she told me this earlier on. So I think Lord, be careful because here you think no one is really your friend. They're just excited because you're black.
And then
yeah.
Okay, so now if you're putting it in that way, then I understand the element of why you don't want to create these certain relationships. Or even intimate or friendships with these people in terms of if they don't understand what is.
Because I was able to make good friends, like like your Dalena and them. I had that good Chinese friends.
The few rare ones.
Yeah, they like people that I was
anything deeper than that becomes a problem.
Yeah. Let me see. Someone was waving at you. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's quite interesting then. Okay. Now
money. The only conversation I wanna have.
No, but we need to start with the transition from leaving home to coming here. But it also can connect with money. Yes, I mean, things of yesterday I was having a conversation with my mom in phone because I wanted to speak. There was just one thing I wanted to address. It basically has to do with debt. Like I don't even know how I started the conversation, but I was asking her, what should I do if I find out that she has passed away? Should I leave everything here and go back home?
I don't even think about
and go back home. But then if I go back home, who the hell is gonna start making the money that I'm making to send back home? And we talked, my man. No, why should I? Like, I don't think you should come back. What's it? Like people die, and I've seen a lot of things happening. If what the hell? What am I thinking? Usana is gonna have to manage things while I'm here, and I'm trying and I manage things while I'm here. But then I was thinking to myself, because I'm like, yo, to not be home knowing my mom has passed away.
No, there's no way
something else.
do it.
I'm like, yo,
there is no way. So you're gonna believe them when they say no. We did bury her. Yeah? And you are not there. No ways, my man.
Yeah, no, man. It became a long conversation, and it was a very interesting conversation because as much as we were laughing about it, but I was trying to understand this element. Nah, as a person who's older than me and who knows the struggle back home, I should say, like, you coming back is just not.
But I think
an option.
like maybe obviously the problem is the corona thing that we're facing. But I feel like you go back with the idea, I mean, it's temporarily. You have to bounce.
But then, yeah, if the obviously the
because
COVID thing
we know now there's life out there. You know that now. You can't tell
that
me
you can leave.
Yeah, you can
SA
leave.
and
Because
it's
that's the
possible.
biggest problem, by the way, that we have in South Africa. Bruh, I never thought there are other people who actually live and be alive in other parts of the world. Because in South Africa, because the world is made to feel like you can more sebenza like South Africa.
And then you're gonna
More
live
pillar,
here,
yeah.
family here. I think you brought this up, Uti. People end up getting this land and their homes. They build a
I
home.
remember when
they
I was
make
talking
it
about
beautiful
that,
there.
yeah.
And that's where they're gonna live
There
for
and
the rest of their life.
they people subject themselves to a piece of land like this. Never, my man. That's why I was saying to you, I don't believe in the idea of having a house. Fuck that, bro. I know it.
It's not
And confine myself into a land like this. I know it.
Yeah,
If I need a land, I'll go home and stay at home. And then I would rather, as we spoke about, having apartments, because that's the other thing, bruh. We're gonna get to the Gazi thing, because
on the next, maybe
yeah,
on the next
time.
one.
But that idea, so like never, bruh. I feel like. But since I don't like thinking about that, as you know, like I told you about like my granny. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even like.
No, man, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because
Mm.
it's something I wanted to address to try and understand. Because I mean, things are changing.
What you
now.
should do, but I'm opposite your mom. I think you would have to go back, obviously, but obviously, as you know, I wouldn't say go back because like now we are no.
No, I mean,
and go somewhere else.
If of course the reason
That's not
right now,
Japan, no, but I'll always
but
go
it's still
somewhere else
also difficult to even go to those places
now because of Corona.
So if the situation was different, of course, my man, like you and I know, Uti, right now, if we were told we could travel back home, my man,
we would be going home, yeah.
Gone, come back.
We will be going home, but we can't just go home, yeah.
So now in terms of that, that's the talk now, transitioning to money. In that, I would say how crucial and how important money tends to be in these situations.
Guys, as if I can say this, I don't know how. Bruh, forget it if people try to convince you otherwise. Money is everything, bro. Trust me. If you have money, JC, bruh, come on, bro. I don't care whoever. Money, I find a food come among fun.
Yo, the thing in front of us now, because I mean, I don't know. Maybe also this would be left out for the next things we talk about in the future, because it comes back to everyone that you leave back home and your need for money as well. Like the savings of the money that you are saving to try and do something, but also the people back home
that you want to help.
Because
the black tax.
Looking back at this book,
black tax,
basically the understanding of
But I like actually there's some by the way, people should check out this book. There's some good like especially forgot her name, but the lady's dad, the one that she asked about black tax and didn't understand what she meant by black tax.
It's the one that wrote with the wife actually.
Yeah, so I like the idea that her dad, the way she understood black tax. For me, that was interesting. The way her dad understood black tax. What are you talking about? How is it black tax? This is your family.
You are
even
if it's a stranger,
even if it's a stranger. Yeah, but so how I feel, I also now about that coming to that. Can we be honest? Let's just be honest with everyone.
Okay.
We are making a lot of money. Let's just get it out there. Let's get the truth out of there. We are making a lot of money. Tell people, tell people the truth.
To where we come from.
Obviously,
like
we are making. We are making like right now. It's like fuck you type of money, bro. Come on, bro. Like come on, my boy. That's so bad. Like if boy that's so la. No, let's tell people the truth. If boy that's JC, tell about if boy that's so is equivalent to someone's salary like that. 10K is nothing. Like that's the truth. 10K is like You mean that 10K that came out? Oh shit! You gave me 7K for my birthday. This nigga, you gave me 7,000 rand. I'm like, oh, JC really gave me 7,000 for my birthday. And you're like, oh no, man, I got bonus, what, money con. You understand? That level, someone is making that money end of the month, right? They are making that money
in
end of
2
the month.
months, actually.
In 2 months, sometimes, right? But right now, you can give me as a present for my birthday, right? Right? And we are from making that money in a month, right? We are from that. So, and right now we are comfortable with it. Actually, no, money is not an issue. You know, with it, roughly, like you're making beyond like even what we thought we could probably make here. True. Right?
And on the other, if you should
like as you change jobs to get better and stuff like that, I was thinking actually, I calculated how much like I got. I want to so people understand like I want to tell people the truth, bro. Last month, the first time getting paid here in this new job, the one that we now that I'm here with you, right? I'm thinking to myself, so it was like roughly like 50, close to 60,000 rand. Actually, it was 60,000 rand. Bro, like what the fuck, 60,000, bro. What month? And I'm thinking, what the fuck did I do? And meanwhile, Jalo, they're like, oh no, there's a bonus for this and this. But no fuck way, bro. No fucking way. There's no fucking way, bro. Because there's no way. See what? I was calculating. I'm like, so this month I got paid like about 60,000 rand. Come on, my man. Come on. Look at the places we're living in and shit like that, yeah, bro.
Yo, my apartments in here.
Yeah, bro?
But maybe these are things we need to talk about later on.
Sorry, now I forgot what we were saying about the question. I forgot what you were saying.
No, we were talking about, obviously it started all, we come back to here, the idea of black tax.
Okay. Now that I'm here, bro, there's one thing that I feel comfortable about is that, it's someone can ask you for 1,000 rand, like back home, or like people that you know, and you can put people together. As I was telling you, I'm trying to find ways if I can just give kids. Yeah, because we know how it feels like. And like prior, it doesn't matter. Sometimes even just it's like 5,000 rand, and you're gonna like divide it and try to get people.
I think it's weird. It's weird when you decided, because after you had said that, it almost says the same thing in terms of they tell you all the money that people were giving you to help you do whatever it was not a loan. It's just that when you succeed, you need to be able to give back
to somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
Bro, just support people, bro. For me, that's my biggest thing. Just support each other, bro. Like, not even like in a way with it's just generally.
At least like I got.
Yeah, you can count on you, and the idea of TJ, no offense. Yeah, well, because I feel like also now like coming up, even before coming to China. I don't believe in this. Like of holding on too much into money, the thing always
I think it's weird because now it's actually so much easier to just like, bruh, I need this. Don't worry, man.
But can I say something? Do you know what is the problem though? The biggest problem is when you look back how much you've spent already. Did I spend 50K already on this shit? Like, what the fuck? Hey, boy, you can take most of that and you go back. Most of them move table. He spent the 50. Hey, boy, I calculate. Okay, boy, just in case, 30,000 much on this thing. What am I doing here? I'm like, hey, 30K. How did I get to 30,000 rand?
And then that's the way thing. Expenses they keep going up for some reason.
Yeah.
Because the manager want to even the people they don't borrow. Abasebona go 200 money.
So we found 1,000.
But I told you anybody 5,000 how, bruh?
They want you to give them that much money. That's the other thing actually about having money. I'm not gonna lie. Which is people that are close to you, it's because they know
you have access to it.
Yeah. Also, that's why actually I don't hold that actually like I don't hold, for example, I like to borrow people money, but not expecting it back. So I don't like to give people money that I'm gonna need or that I'm gonna want back. So I want to borrow you money, so that when you start acting up or doing shit like that, I knew that I wanted to give you money anyway, but then now you know that you fucked up. Yeah.
Because now
you can't even come back, you know. There's something. But then if you were just honest with me, I was probably gonna say, I know you can keep it. You know? So I like that too. But as I was saying, going back to what I was saying, I'm not gonna lie, the difficult part is when I count money that I just did like random things with. Bruh, I'll be calculating like 30k music video and what's good? 30, 40 euro, what?
Which is weird because when you had small money,
never.
Yeah. Calculator usually.
Yeah.
With 10 rand.
10
I need to make sure I'm buying bread and
buying this and yes.
This
but once you start making money, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm full come on, I don't know how much money. Sometimes I come like some restaurant takes it. This guy over like dig is like, nigga, I have money, I can buy the whole shop if I want.
This
I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm not gonna lie, chasing on the money done, but I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Sometimes I'm just not gonna even don't get a account time as South Africa. Hundreds of thousands. just to inspire myself, and check my South African accounts. It's like hundreds of thousands, my man. Like hundreds, and you like, you know, it's like I might as well keep this shit going until this M is going for an M now, changing all the plans. and see, so when it comes to money, fun. There's nothing as actually I was thinking about that too. Actually, sometimes saying like thinking about going out to buy the things that I told you. Actually, I left them downstairs, by the way. My China watch on Japan. On my scooter. Easy, I wanted to buy some things, stuff like that. Yeah. But so I was like, when I was going to buy, I was thinking about that. For actually, I was laughing at what's in Global Gyoten. You check how much do I have, and which is like something that's like, nigga, I know I don't have to check.
Cause it's enough to just
I know this. I have it like forever. No, I have money.
Okay.
Like,
now, you were buying kitchen things and most things that you have bought already. I was so happy.
what do you mean?
Going back home.
No, but I don't have,
Check meals.
Oh, wait, that's you.
No, that's
no, you.
It's not mine anymore.
Yeah, but when I
so much hard.
This guy. No, I am must. Tell my bicycle. She don't get him.
Our bicycle.
The bicycle like one connect. That's got you.
No. The bicycle because I needed to for working out. For working out.
Why is it?
No, I had to leave it in the city. That
Why?
I was nigga like bringing shit here. Is no. You left your e-bike and get it on a different city.
No, but it's not that easy. E-bike.
Yeah, I mean, I
Did you sell it?
I wasn't. No, I actually left it in the garage.
Oh my man!
It's just sitting.
No one is even gonna know that's the free bike.
Except the person maybe who lives in the new apartment. About no key because I left the key on top of the thing. If they're smart enough, they can just take the key
and
until the bike opens. Because it's very
really.
How? But I had to leave it. Like I was coming to a different city. Like. I'm like,
tricky if it's not like China. It's like, you know, you have so much money that you end up buying all these things, and then go to another city and get all those things that you have. So man who's gonna take. But I never had shit. Except for that e-bike. Even that e-bike, someone actually gave me. You know.
But the thing is, I always think of that. I remember when I came here. Until I had a conversation with someone, I think it was Fallon, who said, Guti, I mean, you're already here. Like, having an empty apartment is very silly because you need to live your best life while you're here. You need to enjoy it.
Continue living the life.
Buy whatever you want to buy that's going to make you feel comfortable. And I ended up buying things that make you feel comfortable. And I was using gas phone, like, you know, buying a treadmill because I needed to run, buying the mat because I wanted to just, I like
comfortable.
So I feel like I'm at home. Because mom, I like the apartment.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling like I'm at home. And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
why
be
you're thinking about
stressed.
living and what's not.
Yo.
Yeah, Palesa actually put me up on that. Even the idea of actually living in the like best apartments here.
To not
So was- so that's-
to
yeah.
live somewhere cheap because
Yeah.
you save money. No,
No,
live where
you're
you
the
want
best.
to.
Yeah, actually, this Palesa will put me up to that too. Hence, I was able to say, yeah, I'm gonna add on that 1,000 some
Damn.
shit. That's this nigga. I'm gonna pay that fucking. That's like what in South Africa. That's like 3,000 something. That's how much is that?
What do you mean?
The money that we add on here.
all the
No, the apartment. What?
The apartment
The
is
apartment is 7,000. My apartment is 7,000 rands, my nigga. 7,000 a month. What are you talking about? 7,000 a month. My apartment. What? What are you talking about? 3,000 where? People, 3,000 where? Ain't no 3,000 apartment, bruh. It's 7,000. Let me see. I see Sabelo Arts. Sabelo Hotel. I fusikana
Uthini,
usifusikana usame. Hayibo bro. 3 yes she something 3,000 go 3,000 go apartment yami. No bengisho mina imali ngi-add on top of the money that I get already. It's like not 3,000, maybe 2.5.
Yeah.
In South African rands, probably around there 2 point something.
Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah, probably 2.5. Something that's, you know, but then at the end of the day, you're able to do that because it's like, hey man,
It's okay.
what is 2,500 to me? Hey.
Alright.
So, yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you, man. And because that's the other thing, by the way, another thing that I thought about the other day is I was just thinking something's not fair, Lucy. But you know, incidents that I'm able to think of now, I couldn't think of them, especially around money when I analysis cards. Like basic, but the ideas that I have, like remember the idea that I was coming to you about the Kotan and then would say how you can actually use if you were like an actual artist, if you're coming up, you can use that idea to draw people into you rather than to draw people into them listening to your music rather than what they were doing. Remember, but it's something that you cannot come up with something like that if imali is because the imali like in Java systems and imali it's meant to feel like Wuti. Yonke imali unayo uyayidinga. Every cent that you had, you know, every cent that you had when we were in South Africa, you need that. You have to. You need that. You know, there's no freedom with your money. The money that you have. Yonke imali needing. Zayo. Kumele wenze ukuthi. Right now, is salary nangenza in South Africa. I literally can spend it like on. And my family at home,
and then
2,000 for that person, 1,000 for that person, this for that person, even friends, this call of 500, call of 600, literally 10k, 7k. Now you can every month you can spend it like that. You know, you can like literally distribute it to people. Do this for my brother, do this for some with no problem whatsoever, right?
And still have money.
And still have fucking.
I think that's the thing, Gucci. The money you had back home. It's almost like it didn't belong to you.
To you, exactly. But it was
just money,
yeah.
That's gonna disappear in basically.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like it's meant for it to you can only afford
keep it for this amount of time.
Exactly. You cannot have it. You cannot have it. So like uzothenga ukudla ukhokhe rent wenze ukuthi iphelele lapho. You know the drill. Hey, hey, my man, hey, I remember, buddy. Hey, I remember. Futhi rent yasendlini yakho eyihlupha fana we sometimes this was not only you. Sonke sihlala khona sometimes. Nami ngila I'm like, yo, my man, I need to put
I still put
because now we are about you say you know.
So and then of course, yeah, but I understand. I mean, money has been a thing, but you know. I actually thought about that situation. I was always in a position where I'm thinking, in this strugglisha alone, am I the only one who's suffering this thing of I have to make sure they have places to live. Doesn't have a place to stay the holiday. Until when I was reading this thing, when I saw
this is how
people have been doing this
forever.
50 years before me, I'm like, oh shit, I'm basically still making sure I'm passing it forward. Like if you are struggling, I'm okay. Because I have the space to make you live and make you can survive just for a couple of months, or even for like 2 years or 3 years. I'll give you the space as long as maybe in the future now you can be able to pass it on. Because we'll be able to tell stories.
Mm.
The memories
Then people
that I've
will
made,
always
the
stop.
people that clean
Clean
up.
up, you also
Yo,
make things
how
happen.
much is a clever one?
Yes, that stuff. Yeah, I know. I remember those things.
Yo, bruh,
I remember.
I've stayed with so many different people with different personalities. You get to understand different relationships, how people interact differently. It became an amazing thing. Man, what's in a book, I probably have a lot of stories to tell. Even the people who were there with me are able to write a lot of stories.
Why is it, JC, that's when once you have money, other things start to hurt you more?
Explain what you mean about that. What do you mean?
Like you start having other like problems that were never even like any of your problems when you didn't have money. Like I'm gonna make an example. For an example, I had times where I was like, for example, like I was like hurt, would say, bro, I don't have a girlfriend or some shit like that. You feel like you're not worth it or some shit like that. You know, you have small things like that. So you have depression. It's almost like something is missing in your life. Everything else matters so much. Like now that I'm here and then I have money and shit like that. And now my family matters so much. My little sister is like, my goodness, I don't even know how to, you know? Yeah, you know? It's like, bruh, I don't know how much I love her now. But then when you are confined with the idea that you don't have this, you're still making this, that's, you know, everything's like behind you. And then once you have hundreds of thousands,
oh God.
I like saying that it's so fun. Once you start having hundreds of thousands in your bank account, all of a sudden, boom, like everything else hurts more. You start noticing what it matters, maybe you are depressed by some, and then you get depressed by fucking typical things. And then your mood. But that's
the thing. I don't even know if there's a conversation we can have. I know a lot of people get depressed. Also, I know a lot of people talk to me as well when they are in a situation where they're depressed. But I'm always wondering, for me, as I understand, like what, because for me, I'm not sure if I'm never in a position where I feel depressed. But I think I do. It's just that I do certain things to make myself forget about it, and then I end up not being depressed. But it's a thing that I'm still questioning. Maybe it's a kulumangayo later on in terms of when you focus on depression. Do I get depressed? I'm sure I do.
You do, yeah.
But
it's like a stress. I feel like Natin, I would say there are times. Like for me, I would say that like I feel like it's not like it's something in there and obviously. There are times where like, especially when you're here, home matters more.
Yeah. You feel it. You feel it. Like it's just,
yep.
It's like that feeling because you know the connection that you have with the people around you at home and the way you are able to
that you are not having here.
Like you are feeling disconnect. It's not here.
We spoke about this I think sometime.
I think this is why I think when we came here, Felen brought this up actually, which is like the weirdest thing because even when I was back in the different city, I understood it but I didn't understand it until she brought it up. The reason I keep calling people in Basel from back home to come here and be in one place is because I want this sense of community that's gonna make me feel like I'm home. Even though I know that I'm not home, but if we are feeling like I'm home, even around these 4 or 5 people, it feels a little bit less painful inside me. And I understand. Now I started bringing in people from back home or people that I actually know that are gonna understand the way I think, the way I talk, just so I can just feel the sense of beauty. I'm not alone in this huge place.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing, by the way, because also now in terms of Latin, you know, there's the tricky thing about because it's like these things, most of the things for me, it's like these things didn't matter or you didn't even notice them when you were vaccinated. I didn't even think what's happy thinking about those things, Marbus and Figala. Coming from home because all I knew was I need to get the fuck out of here. I am such a designer when you can't get in like country. So I won't so.
No, but we're gonna talk about the differences between.
Sorry, let me see.
Because we can't deal.
Our experiences are all connected. Let me see.
But not sure much.
It was never about the money. This was that's good points actually. Jam is saying our experiences are all connected. This was never about the money. It was actually about the freedom that it brings. That's so true. That's so true. That's nailed on, Jam, bruh. That's so true, man. I think that's it. That's the truth. What Jam I think says actually a good point. It's the freedom that it brings. Because then once because it's never about the actual item. Remember the thing I can tell, actually, as a revealing truth, I can tell. Remember the thing that I told you about. That's sometimes I sit and think about that idea. I can tell was so smart about that idea. Like we must always make sure remember Imal is not a real thing. It's an idea, right? It's not the actual thing. It's an idea. Hence, we can change this to numbers. Yeah. It's an idea. Hence, people can make a picture, a $5 million picture. Excuse me, right? And that's because it's an idea. It's like if someone bought this for 5 million, now this is 5 million. Yeah. Right?
So basically, this has just become the idea.
Yes, if they sell it later, they can sell it for millions, right? Because it's placed, as an idea. So it's an idea, right?
So the idea is quite
so it's the freedom. So when you achieve the freedom, now you're able to feel the other things that you're not feeling when you didn't have money. Because you're fascinated what we achieve, man.
And then yo guys, when the memory is.
But another thing that I want to talk about actually now.
Don't skip things really. We said we're not gonna talk about what is okay.
No, but I actually said the same things. Now, actually, what do you think about working here? Like coming, the experience, especially like the teaching from home and coming here doing the same thing.
In terms of what? Because of course we understand my dynamics are very different, especially in how like it's but are you talking about in terms of we're still going financially, or you're just talking about the teaching experience?
No, maybe more on let me not even go to that necessarily, but okay, let me put it like this actually. Not say working here, but what is your experience now about the perceptions that we have? Like different perceptions, like when I was telling you about the shop at where I work.
Are you which
remember the shop that I was talking about, like the shop when I was at work, like the idea with for example, I left my food and my shit down there.
Oh, I know. Okay, wait. Are you going to don't skip things?
No, I'm not
talking about differences between what we face back home to what we face now.
But there's something that I want to talk about that.
Alright.
Do you think then that idea, now I'm presenting that idea, about that, that idea, Lana, the crime things and what's not.
The experiences.
Yeah,
totally.
yeah. And right, and also remember when we were walking a park, park, in order, parks.
We understand. I think it's weird because everybody always makes the same thing. Even I was working with someone from back home, I think probably 2 weeks ago, when we were at the park, and then she brings up the same thing. It's like if we were back home, someone is basically it's so weird how
everyone
the
knows
same thing. They bring up the same
things will be broken and we won't be together. So where I'm going is bringing it back to what we're talking about. Do you think that has to do with money? Like the fact that we are broke? The mentality that we have, do you think it has to do with money? Or is it black people?
No. I think we can go with the idea it has to do with the money. Because why I say that, if you were to go to even basically, let's just say, the suburbs where black people have money, a park is totally different from a park because they have an understanding of the word of what this thing is, that it costs money to make it, and then money if it gets broken, someone can come and fix it. We'll get someone to come and quickly fix it. Udaki ekathi uyazi ukuthi mayifa lento kuyayifanela nje izofa will take probably like a month for it to be fixed.
No, probably never fixed.
Probably never. So the idea of imali for them because they can't afford. I don't know. It's weird because it should be reverse. It should be reverse because we know we don't have money to fix these things. We should be taking care of them, but we're actually doing the reverse. We are not able to take care of these things the way it should be taken care of because we can't afford it.
But I think it's because wealth, money shapes behavior. Not having the freedom, as Jeremy say, shapes your behavior. Yeah, the reason you behave like that, like as a society, the reason you behave like that, it comes back to like not having means and not being able to I think it's like I think we're shaped by behavior. The reason we behave like that. Let me just say that. Yeah, for you to think like that, the idea of being vandal, it's shaped by that.
So it ends up being the only. But that's a dangerous thing to. You know what? Okay, maybe this is just me being too positive in terms of positive psychology, or to think. So there's no way that our mentalities in the hood or Ekati will change unless there's a whole lot of money put into the hood. Is that
my man, I think so. I'll give people money. I think because do you know what, JC? Let me make an example. Kumbuluti with money, it comes with access, right? It comes with access to other things. It comes to I remember actually. I'm gonna talk about my aunt's place actually back in SA, right? At home we couldn't afford how my aunts for example would be able to afford, right? So when I visited my aunt's place, bro, I couldn't believe it. That's just the funny thing too about my cousins too, right? I remember thinking to myself, for example, let's say mom when I visit corner, literally, bro, they be when they eat or some shit like that, they be leaving meat on their plates and shit. It's like, what the fuck, nigga? How the fuck you gonna You know that thing, they'll be send suits with meat and shit. No wait.
It's weird.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's weird because the more you would stay in that place, somehow, some way, now you probably end up doing the same things. That's
where I'm going, though. This is where I'm going. So, I was thinking about that, I was thinking about that, Woodsy. More thing about oh jeez, that type of thing, right? Yeah. So, and to me, meanwhile, being from the other side is so long you call around ciao, bruh, give me your meat.
I'm eating for
that's how. Yeah. But then, now coming here, I was laughing when I was that person. Ubuti. Then, Mama said we mean really mad. I was thinking about that. You kumbula that bread and I was talking to your partners. It's like healing. It's just God, I'm just nice bread, bruh. That's Lasha. I'll be throwing shit away now. And when I was doing that, I actually thought of that when I was doing that because I know if I was at home back in that situation, I never throw that bread away. Fuck that. I never do it.
I don't know how you have such good timing, but I actually thought the same thing. Cornflakes. Because it's weird. Yes. Because I was like, oh shit, man, I've had this thing for too long and for like too long. They were still eatable, but I was like, why?
You might as well buy other ones if not. I know, man, that's money for you. That's money. Bro, I've been throwing, so when I was doing that's what I was thinking about. Owuti, meanwhile, to you it's garbage, to someone else it could be food and shit like that, because it was once food to me.
To you.
Yeah. And literally, there's nothing literally wrong with it. but I had to throw it away because it's like I can afford, I mean,
Yo,
millions of this shit, so I don't have to do this.
it's yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
it's messed up though in a way. I don't know, man. The idea that it's not just individuals. I wanna say it's a country be broke.
No, we are, but it's
But-
okay.
Yo man, I'm asking bit. Like going back to what you were saying in terms of if we were just to give e-cards money, they might change their mindset. Obviously, I think I've always told you that Tuguti, my one dream is after I make so much money, I just want to go back home and be able to build something that can give people access to knowledge. Opposite to what you're saying, yes, I understand the goal is money. But my understanding, I think even I had this understanding the moment I got to varsity Sengfunda Uguti. The one thing that my hood does not know is because they don't know. They don't have access to knowledge. There's so many things. Khona abantu abahlakaniphile mfethu egazi mina ngibazi ngithi abantu abahlakaniphile abanye ngangitshela ukuba bahlakaniphile ngaphezulu kwami, but because they don't know how to use the knowledge that they have to do something that a white person might be able to do it easily, that's why they're struggling. So I'm trying by all means to get them to have something that can give them access to knowledge. Bonke abantu wazi ukuthi okay, I know how to use this skill that I have to produce money. I know how to, I'm smart, ngiyakwazi ukuthi trade out, to use numbers. I can be able to trade laptops. I know how to read, I know to build things. How can I make money out of those things? So for me, that's the idea, to give knowledge or access to knowledge and then make money. It's a long route because I can't just get $1,000 because I know they're gonna go and booze it, buy booze,
It's not gonna
how much drugs.
I think though the problem, one of the problems in SA, it sometimes also goes beyond like that, like for example, like knowledge, because let's make an example with us. Like we had so much knowledge, we knew so many things, but we had to leave
In order for
because
the knowledge
to be used, because it cannot function in SA. See,
environment.
so this was the other problem. That's another side. Also, how many graduates we have now, people that we know. I have my friend, I was talking to him, he's there, I think, Uspe, for example, right?
Yeah,
That people that I know exactly, these are real, like, niggas, you know? They know exactly I know what this person can do a lot, you know? They're smart, and they went to varsity and stuff like that. But it's because there's no access to help you, because there's no access to like even money to help you, because njengoba sisho ukuthi imali igizwa nale ndlela ukuthi is either uzothenga ukudla, ukhokhela igross, ukhokhela ukuthi and stuff like that, to be left with 1,000. So whatever idea that you have, you know exactly, yeah, that shit ain't happening. Manje ngikhuluma about starting the farm thing that I'm talking about, right? And I'll be saying shit like, yeah, I will start it more 200,000. I have it. I don't need to borrow money from no one. I don't need to say shit. When we're talking about buying an apartment, you're talking about buying an apartment cash, right?
Not to,
See, that's access, right? And when you're talking about those things right now, you're talking about building the thing that you're gonna build at home. With the same idea that you say, that's a problem in SA. We see sometimes you find smart and shit like that. Actually, they can't even use it. Because there is no access. Let's say for example, I'm good in technology and building, right? But so build a line. Even let's say I'm there and good thing, I can actually compete with Elon Musk, but I don't have access. You want to tell me we say SA African guy, there's no Elon Musk there? Definitely there is.
How that guy got a few days ago.
There is
a TV.
No, see exactly. But then
it's a thing.
But what are they using? When's Let me see it. I don't know what happened.
Maybe it's because you were saying SHIT too much. Yeah, man. I don't know.
Okay, let me end this. I'm gonna come back.
It's weird because you know the thing that you're saying. Usek and Robinson had said the same thing.
I'm not gonna say this
like,
actually.
About 2015. Like my man is weird. He's like the way the world is developing. each job that previously had wanted you to have a degree now wants you to have a master's.
Yeah.
And the one that wanted you to have a master's now wants you to have a PhD.
Yeah.
And then the problem that cycle continues, we go to you should say, now because when you were studying to get a master's because you wanted that job that now wants you to have a PhD,
Yeah.
you end up going back home and you're sitting there with your master's and doing nothing.
Mm.
Can you imagine? We a degree in my master's, like
Piece of papers don't matter.
it goes back to what the thing that I was saying. You know, obviously you know the last piece that I made back home about what the hell are we still doing with education
thing? Yeah.
if my
Meanwhile, billionaires and millionaires don't even have one degree. You know the shit.
I mean, of course, not everybody is as lucky as that to just go and make it, even being another degree. Because we were told we need to do this. We were told that if we go and get these degrees, we're gonna make a lot of money. But boom, we have these degrees and no money to be found. People are busy sweeping the streets with the same things. It's messed up. So then, what the hell are we going to do?
No, but I think to be honest with you, I don't think education is like to be educated and having a degree specifically was designed to help people to have money. It's more like designed for labor, for you to be employable and prove that you can do a task rather than you to have money. So it's more like if you think about it, buddy, let's see ama-billionaires and the richest people. Singababala. Abanawo ama-degrees. Ma-dropouts, what? Abanawo. Ngakhuluma from
in which
they don't have
university
them.
it's okay, but still they don't have it.
Yeah, they don't have it. But they don't have it. The only thing good about having a degree and is that kuyakhulumeka nawe in terms of ukuthi to cash or some shit like that. There's something you can do about it. Also, it's good for your startup too, because everyone starts somewhere. It's good to the general man, for example. The reason we're able to be here is because we're educated. Let's say they have that degree to be able. So now, in general man, we're able to talk about doing the things that we want to do. We're talking about spending thousands and stuff like that. 100,000 on this, 100,000 buying this.
Because you have that intellectual idea.
Yeah, and so you have the access. You're able to have the access because of the degrees that we have, right? But it's not necessarily made to make people to have money, but rather made for people to be employed, really. Because I'm rich about now. Like talking about does Oprah have a degree? I don't remember Oprah to have a degree. I doubt actually. Like now with Oprah, we are scared they have a degree. I doubt. Kanye West doesn't have it. We know college dropouts. Jay-Z definitely not. Beyonce have a degree? I'm not sure. I doubt. Rihanna, I doubt. Like people, I really doubt.
But obviously,
I don't know. No, I don't.
But I'm trying to say different ventures as well. But
yeah. But my point is, it's even about these rich guys, about Bill Gates and them. About Mark. But Mark was studying. I think he has it. Yeah. But my point. That's like my point about. Not to say this is other problem that people have again. Which now is you're gonna have a problem. Because there is like there's millions and
it has to, I don't know, sometimes it has to do with luck as well. I don't know why.
Yeah, but definitely not.
It's not everybody.
Yeah.
Because baningi who are coming up with different ideas, but you don't make it.
Okay, JC, what else did we want to talk about? We said 3 things.
No, I think we mentioned the 3 things.
What?
It's relationships, money, and coming to China.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
That is the thing that we're talking about today. And other things we'll discuss more on the other times.
Oh, you already told people that you have a lot of money? Oh, okay. Oh, no, I was just wanted to clear it.
No. Get broke, mina guys. Get broke.
Hundreds of thousands.
Mina in the extended family, get broke.
Hundreds of thousands.
No, because obviously, as I said.
No, I want to tell people, I want people to know. Bruh, not gonna lie, I want people to know that thing, that I'm not as ganjan, because when I was back home, after that too, I was confined to that thing. South Africa. I'm not Zim, for this
Yo, guys,
I don't know. Why kumele sihlale South Africa and I don't know why that even comes from. That thing yokuba nomuzi and buy, but I mean I don't believe in those shit, bro.
You know why? I mean one of the reasons I don't wanna say it's weird, but here's one of my simplest explanation, which everyone, black or white, or I'm understanding me. But I know because I also feel it too. Everybody's always saying, at the end of the day, I want to go back to South Africa.
Yeah, I know.
South Africa, politically, what about to white people, Indians, black people, they say, I want to go back to South Africa. I'm like, guys, but you know, guys, I don't care. But now, go back to, like, you see what's happening, people are killing each other. It's like, no. But at the end of the day, I want to go back to South Africa. I don't know what it is. It just makes you feel, I don't know, it's like it completes something in you to just make you feel like you are relaxed. Because even Abanya people who are depressed, they all just want to just go home for like a week and then come back. Not to do anything specific, nothing special. Munye ayodla honchos, steers or chicken licking, and then they'll be like,
come back.
And then they can leave. There's a sense of SA for some reason that makes it all feel comfortable. So that's one of the reasons, probably.
Maybe it's just being good to our homeland. Because Nama China, they never want, you know them, like
there's some of them never want. But it's weird because once they leave,
out, they know the freedom outside.
Yeah.
You know, but this is, for me though, that's one thing. If I was to tell someone back at home,
try to leave.
Like you need to do something.
Yeah, no man, it's I mean, the many people that we speak about who are trying to come and leave SA or to come here, or even not here, could go to Japan, Taiwan. We are telling them the same thing.
Yeah,
if the opportunity comes,
leave them, fun. Leave. Got comes and
try to experience being outside, and you're gonna see a good thing. Suddenly, you have a different perspective on how the world is.
And these things, here's a challenge us because we have so many things too that we think they're supposed to be like that and they're not supposed to be like that.
But we'll talk about that.
We grew up knowing they're supposed to be like that.
We'll talk about that on the other. Maybe
yeah, actually, let's close. Actually, yo, we've spoken for over an hour.
It's an hour and 10 minutes.
Nah,
all right, but yeah,
close,
let's close the conversation. We'll talk about it.
Next time we'll talk, man, nigga.
Thank you for those people.
Let me see. Skolile. Hi, Sko. Okay, I don't know what's supposed to